Hi ladies. So first off, I want to apologize for the horrible lighting in here right now. It's been consistently raining for like 2 days now and been extremely overcast, which I can't really complain about because we really needed the water outside. But that's why it's so gloomy. So bear with me. I did actually make a 17-week video update, but I took it down immediately because I saw myself, and I won't say I was too vain because, I never really do anything with myself before I put up these videos. But I had to do something a little bit more with myself before I made a video. So I'm going to be doing a 17 and 18 week video update. First off, I want to say in this video there's going to be at least one symptom going on that may be a little bit TMI, so forewarning with that. But it's important for me to mention it in case it's happening to some of you guys, and if it is happening, I would like to basically get some reassurance or just kind of hear more about it. So, right now I am at the end of 18 weeks and 3 days. Yeah, I'm almost at 18 weeks and 4 days. And in this Friday, so basically in a little over a day, I go in. I actually am having it a couple days earlier than expected. I go in for the, anomaly scan at the high-risk doctor, so I'm really excited for that, and we'll see how everything's functioning, and with Hunter, so that'll be great. And it's always nice to have a cool ultrasound of the babe and say hello. And he's starting to more consistently move around. I'm feeling him, at least a few times a day. Some days it was more inconsistent before this. Some days I would feel him all day just moving, and then it would go a few days where some I didn't feel him, some maybe once. So now it's a few times a day. And my last video, there was a few viewers that watched it, so I may be repeating a few things for some of you guys. But for those of you who didn't view it, here you go. As I said, I don't know what I'm repeating and what I'm not. We started our hypnobirthing classes a few weeks ago. We have our third class this Friday, and we're absolutely loving them. Our teacher is wonderful. She's actually our doula now, and they're great. And going with the natural birth plan that we want, it's fantastic. There's another couple in our class that we really like, and we completely switched our doctor. We found out a lot about our practice, which kind of just confirmed our feelings with being uncomfortable there. We switched to a midwife, and we go in for our first appointment with her August 12th. So a little bit after my 20 weeks, I'll go in there and then have an ultrasound with her and a meeting, and I'm really excited to meet her. She was actually recommended to me by my doula, and now we're actually able to deliver at our hospital here in our town, so we don't have to drive a half an hour away. And our hospital has fantastic reviews for labor and delivery, and actually the birthing rooms are labor, delivery, and postpartum. Not that it's a big deal, but it's nice not having to switch rooms. Maybe I can move it a little bit like this. It might shake a little bit more, but there's more light. And one of the walls there is all glass in the rooms, and it looks over the mountains, so they're really beautiful. We don't get to take a tour of the birthing units until I'm 24, 25 weeks. They really don't like us to come in before that. They don't do group walkthroughs for that at our hospital. We don't live in a big city. It's more just kind of like a medium-sized town. So it's private walkthroughs there. It's kind of fancy schmancy to do it. So I have to set it up with the birthing concierge. So we'll see. But I'm excited. And so this week, now that we're past that, this week Hunter is the size of a sweet potato. So he's getting bigger. I don't know why, but a sweet potato seems like pretty substantial in my mind. And then by the end of this week, beginning of 19 weeks, he'll be half a pound. So it's really getting there. I really haven't gained weight, guys. And I'm not even, I know that most people are worried about gaining too much weight. And I don't mean this, to sound in any way of being like, oh, I didn't gain any weight. I'm naturally, for my BMI, in the overweight category. So it was something that naturally I had to watch. I eat, very well, and I have a healthy diet, but I'm not a small person. So I liked that I wasn't, gaining too much too quickly and doing really well with that. But now I'm almost 20 weeks and I've gained like 2 pounds. So I know I've read online that, every single person is different, and some people that are in the obese category don't get any by that time, and that's okay because of where they're at and they don't need to. So I'm hoping, because I'm in the overweight category, that maybe that's the perfect amount, since they don't want me to gain any more than 25 pounds by full term. So I don't know, but that kind of concerns me that maybe I'm not gaining enough. I feel like I'm eating enough. I don't know. So if you have any thoughts on that, let me know. I haven't heard anything from my doctor, but then again, as I said, I'm switching doctors and I really don't trust them there. So, it's just something that's been on my mind. I've been having some breast pain this week. And not as much nipple pain like I was describing, more breast pain. I've actually, something strange, I've been off and on lactating from my left nipple. I noticed it last week, so my 17th week, there was just like a droplet on my left nipple. And then occasionally, if I just kind of like put some pressure around that area, a little bit more will come out. Not all the time, but sometimes. Still nothing's happening with my right. It's just, it's not the entire time during my pregnancy, not quite working as hard. But it hasn't hurt as much either. So that's new. It seems to be a little bit earlier than some women, but maybe not. Who knows? I'm having a lot of ligament pain. Today, not so much, which is great. And a lot of back pain, a lot of lower back pain. I finally got a pregnancy pillow, which actually sitting on right now. That came yesterday. I slept with it last night. So far, it's been a great, I took, oh my God, an epic nap on it yesterday. I was beginning to be really uncomfortable when I slept for the past few nights before this. My lower back was just, it was hard to become comfortable. Excuse me. And so this was just great. My cervical vertebrae and my neck were kind of sore when I woke up today, but my back hasn't hurt at all today, so I know that at least this helped with that. I thought it would prevent me from turning over on my back during the night, but because I got one of the U-shaped ones that went around my entire body. All through the night, I just pushed the other side out of the way and kept turning over on my back. It's the most comfortable way for me to sleep right now. And I'm not supposed to sleep that way right now. And it's a pain in the ass. So I might have to like fashion something to hold it together to keep my back still. I don't know, I'm just gonna have to play around with it. Either way, so far, I'm so much more comfortable. Pregnancy pillows are a must. Oh my god. And I haven't had as much ligament pain either today. And like 2 days ago, oh my god, it was just off and on all day. And then for a couple days, I was just, one thing, it might be a little bit TMI, but not what I was speaking about earlier. I get these very strange pains that are like little shooting pains, and they're not right down the center. They're slightly to the side, either to the left or to the right, and it's some days they're to the left or some days they're to the right. Not both on the same day. That are from a little bit below my belly button all the way down through my crotch, man. I mean, and it's not like, oh god, that was extremely painful. It's nothing like that. It's just very shocking and uncomfortable and just a split second. But sometimes they'll just happen like over and over and over. So it's weird, and then sometimes it happens a few times a day, and then, I had it like a couple weeks ago, and then I forgot that I even had them because I didn't have it for a couple weeks. But so maybe it's just times right before, I'm about to grow a lot, or when things are really stretching. And then I'll get stretching pains kind of like in a U shape. And I'm assuming that they're stretching pains. I mean, who the hell knows? But that's what I'm attributing it to. They kind of go a little bit above and on the inside of both hip bones, below, like into like my pubic bones, to kind of to my, like above my pubic bone and all the way over to the other side. And just that area. And Hunter's staying down really low, even though by the end of this week now, my uterus will actually be to or up where my belly button is. Like this is, I guess, where at the beginning of the 19th week when the belly button starts to pop because of that. So even though he has all this space, he is just staying down way low in my pelvis, and it's preventing me from urinating all the way, and I'm having to lean over, I'm having to urinate and then lean over and then continue urinating so that I don't pee myself when I stand up immediately. So, which is a lot of fun. Not to complain, I'm extremely grateful, but slightly annoying. I'm using an extreme amount of toilet paper because of it. I have to pee so many times a day because of it. But what I was going to mention, the one thing that might be a little bit too much information, but I would like, if you guys have any input, I would like it. I'm getting, and I don't think that it's urine because, as I just said, I've been taking extra precautions to, empty my bladder since he's down so low. I've been having extreme amounts of discharge lately, and it's very, very thin, just very thin. And I read everything online about, what the discharge is like and the characteristics of amniotic fluid. And the last time I saw my doctor, it wasn't this bad, and I asked about it, and she said, "Oh, that's, it's normal." But I'm kind of getting a little bit concerned. I mean, today I started to get worried. There was a lot. And as I said, I see my high risk doctor on Friday. And I know that if it's just one of those slow leaks, that amniotic fluid is just one of those things that continuously replaces itself. So unless it's a huge gush or something, it's not really anything to worry about. Well, I mean, it is, but not anything that you have to rush in for. And, I don't think it is, of course, but, I don't want to be one of those women that has that horrible luck happen to them in their second trimester and has a slow leak. As many of us in the, TTC community and a lot of us in the IVF community, we go in those categories of like that 1%, and they suck. And they're real for us, And with this pregnancy, it really hasn't been that easy going if you've seen my videos. So, oh, sorry, my back. Oh, God. Oh, sorry. Oh. So I worry more easily. And I was wondering if you guys have had anything like that, or have been worried about that, or have actually had problems with something like that. I don't know. Something that's been on my mind, obviously, I will find out Friday. I will mention it, but I wouldn't even have to, since it's the big scan looking at everything. So, yeah. I will, of course, let you guys know how that goes. Otherwise, I listen to him every day on the Doppler, and he's doing well. And my husband and I have story time with him every day and practice our hypno breathing together. And of course, my husband's here with me as my birth partner for it. And it's becoming special, and I'm really bonding with Hunter a lot more. And it started to hit me. I know this is a long video, guys. I'm sorry. It's 2 weeks. I hope you don't mind. I'll split it up into 2 videos, most likely. It's starting to hit me that it really hadn't hit me that before the end of the year, our son was going to arrive. And that, there's this lull in the second trimester, which is great, You don't have to do that much, and you kind of feel better after the first trimester. But then all of a sudden, it's like this appropriate time where you're past that risk point, and you're past that mark of the 24 weeks, where it's the, what's it called, viability point. And then it's safe to start doing things. Normally people start doing it around like 30 weeks. That's a lot to do very quickly. I'm going to start doing it probably around 24, just because I don't know if he'll deliver early. But yeah, during this period, it's like, no, you don't really do anything yet, just because you don't know still quite. You don't want to jinx it. But then all of a sudden you have to rush with putting the nursery together and, getting everything done and organizing and nesting. And don't get me wrong, I am very excited to nest. I'm kind of in that period of wanting to do everything already. But exactly, I don't want to do everything and jinx myself. So, sorry for blabbering. Blabbering. pregnancy brain again. Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. I hope you guys are doing great in your pregnancy or on your journey where you're trying to conceive, IVF, or, baby test to everybody. And, love to all of you. Bye.